Welcome to another episode of Watch Once Over. My name is Big E. Today we're going to be looking at my Orient Star dive watch. This watch is a 200 meter diver's watch, and it is ISO rated. And this watch it's a pretty nice watch. I bought it for everyday use and to be a beater. And I know some people are going to say, well, Orient Star is supposed to be a higher line from the Orients, but I wanted to try it, and I never had an Orient Star. In my older videos, I'll put a link up to it. I did have the Orient Triton. This watch is supposed to be a little bit above that Triton, but we'll look at it and we'll put on the Timegrapher and we'll see just what buying an Orient Star is about. Now, let me go over some basic stuff with this. I believe this is let me get my calipers out. Sorry for not being prepared, but I always do everything unscripted. I don't know why. I can't get into all that production stuff. It's just so much time even doing this. So it's a 44 millimeter diameter, 14.2 millimeters thick. It's not that thick. And then you're going to have lug to lug 50 and a half. So the dimensions are pretty good. And then you have a bracelet that is 22 millimeter bracelet, and that tapers down to about a 19. So it has a 2 millimeter taper, so that's real nice. You get standard press clasp with a dive extension, just like a Seiko, and then on the buckle it's going to have Orient a star logo. Let me move a little bit so you can see that better. Is it going to focus? Here you go. You're going to get the Orient Star logo, and you also get the logo on the dial. Now, everything with this Orient is situated, all the printing is situated on the bottom, and that's because right under 12 o'clock you have a 50-hour power reserve meter. Now, the Orient Star dial is a dark blue sunburst dial, but if you look at it in certain lights, it almost has the like a fume type dial where it gets darker on the edges. That's what it looks like most of the time. So it really has a real nice chameleon effect. Now, the bezel is made out of aluminum, and aluminum really brings out the brightness in colors, as you can see. So it is a true Pepsi bezel, but I want to call this an uncola bezel. Let's call this the RC Cola bezel. Okay, because this is a different watch. You got an Orient Star. It's not a Seiko. It's not it's not a Swiss watch. It's just something different. You don't have to worry about somebody having this on their wrists. Now, if we move in a little bit, if you look at the hands are partially skeletonized on the back, which is different. And then they have the oval popsicle stick shape, which is, I've never seen that before. That's different. And then you have a simple pointer, when it has no lume for the power reserve meter. Now, the orientate yourself at 12 o'clock, you have a square 12 o'clock indice, and they are applied, and the other ones are also following that popsicle stick shape. Then you have Divers 200 down there in yellow, which gives it a nice pop. Now, the printing and everything on this watch is excellent. It's a real beautiful watch. And let's get to the lume, because this lume is really strong. And I want to say I want to just say it's Lume Bright. I don't have a name for it, actually, so I'm just going to call it de facto Lume Bright, since it's Seiko Epson Corporation watch. And believe me, folks, this thing burns bright all night. You don't get a lot of lume better than this. This is Marine Master type lume, and the indices are really big. You got a lot of real estate, and they shine really good. Now on the bezel, let me see, let me count it. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like it's just going to be a 60 click bezel. The bezel is muted, and it doesn't have it has kind of a hollow tinny type feel. It doesn't have the solidity of maybe a Marine Master or a high-end Seiko bezel turn, but it has a really lovely coin edge bezel. The brushing on this watch is fantastic. I have to admit that. It really has really nice brushing on there. A really nice conical shaped coin edge bezel. The bezel is narrower at the top and broader at the bottom. And you have a little trick that a lot of watch companies do to make the watch look a lot thinner. So what they did was they cut and polished part of this in the back, and it makes the watch look thinner than it really is by a couple millimeters. See that polished part? If that polished part was just all brushed, the watch would look a lot thicker. But since there's a clear line of delineation right there, the watch looks a lot thinner. And the watch wears really nice, actually. Now you have solid end links. You have a really nice bracelet, Seiko S bracelet, pins and sleeves, no screws here. You have a really nice neural crown, good crown pop. You have instant date change on there, 50-hour power reserve, and this watch, I'll put all the specs up to it right over here. You have a fully integrated in-house movement with this. So this qualifies as an in-house movement because it's all vertically integrated. It's an Orient movement, Orient casing, all Orient parts. I do want to say this pip was stolen off of Marine Master because it really does look like it. And I wish more Seikos would use that big lighted triangle instead of the little round pip. This pip really glows really good. I really like that pip. And the bright blue dial on here is just oh so lovely. Now on the back, you get a real nice quality case back. You got the Orient star logo. I'll let that focus in, if it will. There you go. I don't know, my camera is acting up, to be honest with you. It's focusing real slow. It's really a pain in the butt, but I digress. But the brushing on here is excellent, and what we're going to do now is we're going to put this on the Timegrapher to see how it runs. Let's fire that up. And we'll let this settle in. All that scattered dots are me talking. It's picking up my voice. Okay, we went down to 5 seconds a day fast immediately, 286 degrees amplitude, and the beat error is 0.2 milliseconds, 21,600 vibrations an hour. So that's going to be really good. And as it settles in, the movement starts to correct itself. And let's see, we're at about 9 seconds a day, and that is the desk position. Now I'm going to switch it up to the position which when you're wearing it with the crown facing up. Now let that settle in real quick. 10 seconds a day. The amplitude is 277 degrees and the beat error is 0. 52-degree lift angle. And it's right around 5 seconds a day now. Let's see what the next one's going to be. And it's 5 seconds a day. So this watch, if you average that out, now it's 1 second a day. It's probably going to be about 5 or 6 seconds a day. It's pretty good because these watches have a really wide variable of what they can run, actually. But this one is running like a top. It has really good brushing. The size is really good. It has a really nice lug to lug, a thin profile for a 200-meter isolated dive watch, and you also get a sapphire crystal with this. That's important, so it doesn't get all scratched up. And there's also anti-reflective coating on here. You get you a screw down crown, and you get that power reserve up here, which makes this watch unique and something different from your normal watches like this. Now you also get right there where the power reserve meter is. You see how it looks like it's a different color? You also get a little grooving down there, which is a really nice touch, and it acts like a diffuser for light, so you can get a better look at that what the power reserve is. And that's what that does. That's what that's for. And you have a date box over at 3 o'clock. It's nothing to write home about. It's a little on the smaller side, but it does line up good with the hand, so it almost looks like it's just one big indice over there at 3 o'clock. So that's kind of a plus. And then you have that beat rate of 21,600 vibrations an hour, which will keep your servicing down. But this is an Orient Star. It's a really nice watch, signed crown. It has the quick drilled lugs, so you can change straps really easy. That's another plus that I like on a lot of watches, especially tool watches. You can switch to a rubber strap real quick. And of course you had a lollipop. Really great lume on this watch. And I think it's a keeper. I'm going to wear it. I'm going to let you guys know how it is and how much I like it. I like it so far. I love the dial. I love that it's different. And that's the Orient Star. The Orient Star Professional Diver. So let me know what you guys think about this one. My name is Big E. God bless. And I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Bye.